What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Top Hat LA. Tonight's video is a little different. We're looking into 4 story, 5 lives, all from right here in Los Angeles. Different neighborhoods, different situation, but the pain hits the same. Some faces you might have seen online, but others barely made the news. But every one of them had people who loved them. This is what it looked like when the cycle keeps spinning in our city. Come on, y'all, let's get into it.
A man has died just a few driveways from where we're standing, possibly just 25 years old. The LAPD is out here right now investigating, talking to witnesses, and collecting evidence to find out exactly what happened. We don't know at this point if a suspect is in custody, but we do know that a young man has lost his life. We are here on 97th Street. This was the scene.
Sad. Around 12:40 in the morning, he was just leaving a birthday party, and moments later, he was found unalive in the middle of the street. The 25-year-old beloved gang member from the Hoover community was seen all through music videos and vlogs, even dissing. Even though he had one hand, he was still throwing up and dissing hoods. I don't know how, but he was doing it.
Dedication.
And for him to get unalived in his actual section in the newspapers or whatever, it says 95th. But according to the actual Los Angeles detectives, they said this was on 97th in Vermont. Either or, the 25-year-old member was found expired right there on the scene. Now, this is just my personal opinion. Ever since this vlog's been coming out, it's 5 people that's in this actual video that have been shot or unalive. The Hoovers have been taking losses this whole year back to back. It seems like it's a curse on the Hoovers, man. But look, I'm just giving y'all the story. One child.
I don't know about a curse being on them, but they have a couple casualties this summer, particularly in this, another community hurting. You know what I'm saying? I feel for y'all community. If you run across this video, what can you say, man? You have people dissing in vlogs, going viral. I mean, you provoked the enemy. I mean, what do you expect if you get caught? All of it's wrong to me. Saying rest in peace to this young man.
Hello, my name is Gummy. I talk about true crime, and this story right here is utterly heartbreaking. This story starts off with 15-year-old Devon Harris. Now, Devon Harris went to Centennial High School in Compton, California. This school sits in the intersection between Central and El Segundo. Now, the school itself is not gang affiliated. I will never say that, but what surrounds the school had a severe gang problem. Now, I want to make this severely clearly. Devon Harris.
Centennial High School is a known blood school in the city they call Compton. Ever since I was younger, there's been a high level of gang activity at that school and around that school.
It's not affiliated with any gangs or any gang members of that fact. Now,
I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, you don't have to be affiliated. I mean, if you grew up in Los Angeles, especially Compton area, it's really dense. Neighborhoods stack up on top of each other. It's rare. It's like 1 to 0% chance you don't have a family member that gangbang or know a close personal friend that gangbang. So him not being directly affiliated don't mean don't have no affiliation with the neighborhood or with the neighborhood surrounding him, and that's unbelievable to me. Like, even the squarest dudes are affiliated in some way.
It was the last day of school, and he was hanging out with a bunch of his friends in front of the school. Now, the group of girls that he was with got into an altercation with another group of girls. Then all of a sudden, a group of black men decided to pull up in a car. Devon Harris decided to get on an MTA bus to think on his way home. Now, the group of men, for some reason, decided to follow the bus, and when Devon got off, they decided to shoot, and unfortunately, he was hit, and a few other children as well. Now, he was rushed to the hospital, and a group of students and teachers was surrounding the UCLA Medical Center, but unfortunately, he was pronounced brain dead. Now, he was kept on a ventilator to take away his organs and to donate them to 6 people, and those 6 people lives he did save. Now, someone was arrested for his murder. It was another 16-year-old boy. But that was all it says. So I'm not sure if the 16-year-old did get charged with his murder, but it hasn't been really any updates going forward with his case. Now, on July 21st, 2016, DeAndre Desar Hughes, 30 years old, was gunned down on 120th Street in Green Meadow. Shortly after 7:30 p.m., he decided to come out of his apartment complex and hang out, I guess, with another person, and then someone in a white sedan pulled up and started firing. The person escaped in the white car, and unfortunately, DeAndre was struck down, and unfortunately, he did die at the scene. Now, to describe DeAndre, he was described as a loving, sweet person. He worked at Cedars-Sinai Medical Facility and even took time out of his day, waking up as early as 4 a.m. in the morning to give out free food to the homeless people at Magic Johnson Park. Detectives say he was not the intended target, just wrong place and wrong time, and no suspects has been arrested for his murder. Instead of one.
A lot of these gang members out here, they not worried about getting their right target. I mean, that's how I feel. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. If they see you hanging, they probably seen this guy in the park. Like I said, you don't have to be directly from a gang to be affiliated with a gang. Family members, close friends, that's enough. You hang out with them. They do surveillance. They know who's who hanging where. They don't know if you actually got put on, but they know you always around. You know, that's probably wasn't their target, but they knew they had one. They seen him at the park, which is a known gang park, Magic Johnson Park, passing out food or whatever he's doing up there. He could be talking to his guys out there, you know what I'm saying? But you don't necessarily have to be an actual member for a person to think that. Like I said, you may not be from the gang, but you are closely associated. You live in that neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood know you. People see you around. The enemies knows who in what neighborhood that they're beefing with. It's just not, it's not random. They thought they had one, and it probably, after it came out that he wasn't a full-fledged member, which I don't know if he was or not. I don't know him. Man, rest in peace to that young man.
Person, but they was acquitted. Now, when I say I don't wish this on my worst enemy, those two people I was talking about was the son of this woman here. Her name is Pritchett Hughes, and her husband, DJ Hughes. And
now I'm like, there was brothers. Two brothers from that area that didn't gangbang is rare, even with a two-parent home. Somebody was affiliated deeper than what they're saying. Two brothers from the same, that's not happening. I don't want to profile, but I know my people, man. He not square as they try to make him like she's trying to make him out to be. Everybody always clean after they die, but people know the real. Rest in peace to them. Like I said, I'm not putting nothing on them that they don't deserve to be put on them. I'm just saying it's rare for two brothers in a gang affiliated neighborhood, one of them not to be put on. It's rare, especially in that dense of an area like where he had over there. It's like East LA, kind of like, no, I'm not, take that back. On the east side of LA, east side of South Central, y'all call it. You have East LA, South Central, but then in South Central, you have East Side, West Side, and then you have West Los Angeles. So it get confusing sometimes to people, and sometimes when we talk to each other, we know what we're talking about, but people on the outside don't know. But on the east side of South Central, it's closer to the Compton and Watts area, and it's dense over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even if you not from somewhere, you're gonna have issues with other gangs because they don't know exactly, like I said, if you've been put on or not put on. So when they come to the neighborhood, they're gonna harass you. You're gonna get jumped. You're gonna get shot at. So that creates some type of animosity towards them anyway. On top of that, these are your people. This maybe your brother, your cousin, your best friend, your friend's brother, or something like that. It's some type of connection always to your neighborhood. All right, let's get back into it.
the fact that having both of their sons be murdered damn near a mile, 2 miles apart has to be severely heartbreaking. What was truly heartbreaking when I read about this case is that their little sister, DeAndre's little sister, was the one to have to break the news to her mother. And she said in the article that she couldn't figure out the words to say to her mother that she had to bury another son. It'll be moments she stood outside of the family home, the apartment complex they lived in, and just completely breaks down, and she even thought about moving. But she triumphed and she opened up a foundation called Gentle Giants Foundation. It's actually still going on. She does fundraisers, health fair events, just to help the community. And she stays speaking out with a smile on her face, spreading awareness to gun violence. Her and a group of mothers came together in an article and decided to talk about the rampant gun violence and gang violence that plague the communities of Watts, Compton, LA. Trying to identify the fact there is a severe problem and it needs to be resolved, because it's a shame that a lot of these faces wasn't on the news because of the area they were in or the color of their skin. It was always immediate, well, it was just gang violence all well.
Yeah, a lot of these killings go unreported because of the reason what she said, it was just gang violence. It's just them killing themselves. Just like the guy from Hoover, it It made the news. It was all on the news for about a few days, but that's it. We won't hear nothing else about it unless a blogger get his hands on it and do their investigation. But other than that, we won't hear nothing else. No killer's going to be caught. Sad as hell.
And a lot of these people weren't in gangs. And probably some were, but again, gun violence needs to stop. Just like the story of Jennifer Dixon. She was a Compton native. She was described as a very hard worker. She was working security and was even working at a food stand of a mom and pop's burgers in Compton. But one day she was working at a barbecue spot in Harbor City, and all of a sudden gunmen with bandanas came out of a vehicle and started shooting. And unfortunately she was striked while serving a customer. She grew up in Compton and aspired to be a rap artist. She began to make music, and music was a way for her to release emotion because her little brother did pass away from gun violence. His name was Harvey Dickerson. He was only 15 years old, and he died by getting shot on September 4th, 2004.
Harbor is not that far from Compton, but I don't think somebody come way out there to kill her. That probably was on some wrong place, wrong timing type shit. But it's not uncommon for brothers, sisters, you know what I'm saying, to be unalived. It's not uncommon. I know a few brothers that's not here due to gang violence, and it's sad when the mother have to go through that one time, but to go through it 2 times, I couldn't imagine. I have boys, man, and I thank God for my boys, man. They some good boys. Come on, let's get back into it.
Even after his death, she tried to want to have a better life for herself, and she put it in her music, but unfortunately that dream was taken away from her from gun violence. No, she wasn't involved in gangs, nor she was affiliated with any gangs. It was just wrong place, wrong time.
Like I said, I believe it was wrong place, wrong time. But you know what I don't like? I don't like the fact that they say gun violence, like making the gun a bad thing. I don't think guns are bad, and I think they should focus on violence versus gun violence. You know, focus on the gang violence, on this violence itself. Don't put the gun in front of it because that's making the gun look bad. It's not the gun, it's the person who's handling the gun. I just don't like that narrative.
Selfish individuals. And speaking of selfish, this goes on for another victim of gun violence, was a man named Delkadar. He was gunned down June 7th at his home in his backyard during a graduation ceremony. With minimal reports, it was said that 3 men in all-black attire hopped the gate to the party and started shooting it. And unfortunately, he was one of the victims that was shot. His family gave a lot to the community, did fundraisers, did food drives, and unfortunately, the dramas of the city crashed the party, and unfortunately, innocent people were hurt and 1 was killed. His murder is still unsolved, and his mother is working tirelessly to keep his story alive, and so are the other mothers in this story. So if you have any information of any of the people I talked about, please contact your local law enforcement, and please.
Hey, that's cool right there. That's why I don't respect gang members like that. Like you didn't do your homework. Like innocent people get gunned down. That's crazy to me. Yeah, LA is a strange place to grow up in. All my life, like if I was born in 75, so if gang banging was brought to Los Angeles and the Crippin' and Bloodin' was brought in from around 72, it's some 73, 72. It's like debate about that, but I say 72. Like you figure that. My generation is like, because you figure gang members, they started gang banging when they was like 16, 15, stuff like that. So it was created by boys. So, you know, you figure they didn't start having kids till like about 17, 18, 19, right? All right, 74, 75, we're the first kids to be born in this gang banging. So that's all we ever seen, all we know. Not all. I mean, if you get out the neighborhoods, you know more than that. I had a parent that made sure I got around, you know what I'm saying, able to travel and get out the neighborhood. I was one of the lucky ones. I know some people who never, ever left their mile radius. Sad, but it's true. Like anybody, we like the first ones that grew up in this, right? So we seen it from the beginning until now, and it was wilder back then to me. It was wilder back then. I think a lot of this right now is fueled because of online. At one point in time in Los Angeles, it really died down. It really died down. Like the gang banging, the killing, it died down. And it's still, you mean from then to now, it died down a lot. But now I'm starting to see with this internet beef and this internet trolling, you know, I'm starting to see a rise in the killings. It's sad, man. It's sad.
Please advocate to stop gun violence in our city.